Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday to you. It is Sunday. Oh man, it's August 17th, and we are going to be doing our. I'm going to do a little something different today. I'm actually on my computer here so I can see and read and correlate what we're talking about and not have to fumble through my phone. So it's about 9 o'clock here on Sunday. I've been running and gunning and just doing lately, and it's how I live life. It's how I find I don't know if we call it contentment, but I find comfortability in the fact that life keeps moving like that. Because whenever I'm bored or whatever, I'm sitting around or doing something that doesn't really interest or have a lot of interest for me, it's like that's when my mind starts to wander. And I was reading this. I was reading this reading today, and I'm going to share two readings with you today. One is the Daily Reflections reading, which can be found in the Daily Reflections book. And this one says, Righting the Harm for August 17th. So, in many instances, we shall find that though the harm done to others has not been great, the emotional harm we have done to ourselves has been. So, have you ever thought that the harm you did to maybe a business associate or perhaps even maybe a family member or a friend was so slight that it didn't even really deserve an apology because they probably wouldn't remember it anyways? Well, if that person or the wrong that was done to them keeps coming to mind time and time again, causing an uneasy or perhaps maybe a guilty feeling within our spirit, then I say we put that person's name at the top of the amends list and become willing to make amends to that person with a sincere apology, knowing that I will feel calm and relaxed about that person once this very important part of my recovery is accomplished. And I read that today and I was like, oh man, that is so true for a lot of us, because what we're looking to do is not only create or make an amends with somebody else, but perhaps it closes a chapter in our book as well, and it allows us to put something to bed so we can start fresh and start new, right? So that's important. And so don't think that making amends is all for the other person, because then we tend to think that it's all for somebody else and for something, and we're doing something for somebody, or that kind of feeling, when really truly saying sorry to somebody isn't just for them, it's for you too. It's for you to close that chapter and move on. And that's what faith brings us, because we know that everything is meant to happen the way it happens. It's kind of like predestined to happen this way, right? And we have no real ability to change it, except for to maybe change how we are going to perceive things and how we are going to deal with it. Amen. Because a lot of times we see something, we get perhaps butthurt, or we get sensitive about it, and then it ends up ruining our day. Well, why should somebody else's problem, amen, or somebody else's issue be ours? Here it is. August 17th, here's our thought for today on the 24 Hours a Day book. So here's our thought for today. To the one who feels like he or she is an agnostic or atheist, a spiritual experience seems impossible. But to continue as he or she is means sure disaster. To be doomed to be an alcoholic, or to live as an addict and have an alcoholic or addict death, or to live on a spiritual basis, are not always easy alternatives to face, right? But we have to face the fact that we must find a spiritual basis of life, or else. The lack of power is in our dilemma. You see, we have to find a power by which we can live by, and it has to be a power greater than ourselves. Excuse me. And have I found that power in which I can live by? So today we meditate on this. So sunshine is the laughter of nature. Live out in the sunshine. The sun and the air are good medicine. Nature is a good nurse for our tired bodies. Let her have her way with you. God's grace is like the sunshine. Let your whole being be enwrapped and engulfed in the divine spirit. Oh, I love this. Faith is the soul's breathing in of the divine spirit. It makes glad the hearts of us human beings. The divine spirit heals and cures the mind. So let it have its way and all will be well. Wow, that's crucial. I pray today that I may live in the sunshine of God's Spirit, and I pray that my mind and soul may be energized by it. Oh man, that sounds awesome. So as you guys know, maybe perhaps you've seen on my channels that I was able to post day 4, the video day 4, which would be our Yellowstone video. And I know you guys, this stuff isn't super exciting. It's not super earth-shattering or mind-blowing content that's really gonna bring people in. But forget about me and the channel for a second and think about where I'm at. Huh. A power outage or something real quick there. So think about the places that we've been to. We went to Bighorn, Beartooth, Yellowstone, and we went around in the peripheral area in Cody. We went up to Montana. We went through North Dakota, South Dakota. We kind of went all over. And the video, apart from me goofing around and showing you different things, is really just a vlog, right? It's just showing you where I'm going, what I'm doing. You'll hear some people talking in the videos. You'll hear people joking, and I think once we see some of the possibilities that can happen, once we start to work a recovery program that that's tailored to our life, I think we begin to see the possibilities, because a lot of us think that, oh, I can't do what Jesse does. There's no way I can do that. I have a job, I have this, I have that, I have all these things. Well, you know what? I was kind of imbalanced there for a while, and I thought maybe I could live life with just working on the side, and it's not going to work. So now I'm figuring out that I have to have a solid part-time job in order to do all these fun things that I'm doing. And I know that's 1 + 1 = 2, and I should have realized that earlier, but I was trying to just follow the will of God, and whatever situation He put me in, I just went. And I was praying on it this last week, and I had a sort of an epiphany in my meditation that I had. And, prayer, meditation, that sort of thing all goes hand in hand. It all happens intentionally, and you have to get your mind right in order to do these things. Or actually, you're doing these things in order to get your mind right, right? So you have to somehow muster up the discipline and the opportunity and muster up the confidence and the courage and the strength and the encouragement and the know-how and all that to sit down and meditate. Have 5 to 10 minutes of quiet time where you ground, decompress, build back up, and then wait, right? And receive, right? Because that's what we're doing when we're meditating. We're receiving, and we're building back up, right? And we're starting fresh. We can do that every single day. Amen. And it's hard. It takes a lot of commitment to sit there for 5 to 10 minutes, 20 minutes of alone, quiet time with just you and the Spirit of God, right? And the divine Spirit. And you don't have to say anything. The whole point of meditation is to receive. I believe is to receive. It is to watch the things come and go, take what's needed, and let go by what isn't needed. And sometimes we don't know what's needed and what's not needed, so we take in a lot, and we put it into our life, we implement it, and we put it into action, and if it doesn't work, we get rid of it. And then that's one more thing for our toolbox, whether it's in or out, that we know works or doesn't work. And so when we come into recovery at 9 a.m. on a Sunday morning, I am almost setting myself up for success today. Well, I am, in fact. But I'm setting myself up for success by doing this video and by explaining these things, because I know exactly now what has to happen today. I know exactly how I need to be in order to have a successful day. And maybe I'll have a successful day and maybe I won't. But that's part of life. That's part of opening this book and writing our book out and our story out, is that not every day is going to be a great day. But it's up to us to see and wait on the Spirit of God to come into us and fill us with that Holy Spirit, right? And tell us that we are worthy, we're able, we're loved, we're trusted, we're all these things, because you know what? We are. We're good people. Some of us are good people, and we deserve to be given the opportunity to give back in order to spread that positivity and that niceness and that courage and that encouragement, because a lot of people out there are still sick and suffering, and they're not realizing that there's another way. And some people fall into, they fall into these ruts, and they go so far into these ruts, and then they realize that that's not the way to go, so they have to come all the way back out and start over. Well, I'm here to tell you that there is a spiritual diagnosis in this disease of addiction. And the diagnosis is that we're spiritually incapable, sometimes, right, of seeing that we are worthy or that we have worth and that we can do this and that you can do this. So sometimes we need a spiritual realignment in order to get our truck or our drivetrain running straight, right? Because we're all over the road sometimes because our wheels are imbalanced and our all of our machine is just out of whack, doesn't have the proper fluids, doesn't have the proper maintenance, different tire pressure, all this other stuff. That's the sort of stuff we got to look at in our life, right? So drug abuse, mental health, physical and mental and spiritual health all go hand in hand. We got to work on each section differently, right? So like we got to exercise to keep our body well. We got to eat right. We got to drink lots of water. I drink lots of water each day. I drink about 5 or 6 of these. I don't know. It's like 100 and some ounces a day. I try to drink, and we have filters and we have Brita filters, and we double filter our water. We're trying different things to try to see if we can squeeze out and negate some of the things that have been coming into our lives through plastics and through stuff like that. So, and it's good to have plants. It's good to have plants by you. It's good to have plants and this is just my room, but surround yourself, okay? Surround yourself, okay, with things. I got lots of things that remind me, okay, that today can be a great day and that I got it all on track to be a great day. I ain't got it all figured out, but I got my life on track, and some of these things that I have, they encourage me, and they, like this geode right here. Yesterday, this is an uncracked geode. In the middle of this, there is quartz, and my friend Adam, he opens these at these rock and gem shows, and I haven't been to one in a couple of years because I've been so busy, but he opens these, and I haven't opened one. It's upstairs, but there's power in rocks. I know there is, because I've been gravitating towards these things for just the last couple years, and whether it's an agate, whether it's a really nice agate like that I found the other day on the farm, unreal, and it's got a little hole in the back, so I can put it on like a little stand or something. I've been putting it on my peace. I've been putting it on my peace sign thing. I love that. Oh, I love that. I really love that. And I got my sobriety coins that I commemorate my sobriety time with, and a lot of the times when I'm feeling stressed out, or I'm feeling down, or perhaps I had a bad day, or indeed there's something going on in our lives, right? I'll come down and I'll pour out one of my jars of rocks, and I'll look at them, and I'll remember the time that I found it. I remembered the joy that it brought me. I remembered the feeling of happiness that I was feeling while I'm out rock hounding, and I also realized the significance of these geological, specimens, we'll call them, as being something that we could never imagine. I know that some of these used to be wood. I have rocks that were petrified wood, and a lot of these, if you spend a lot of time with rocks like I do, and I've spent the last 4 or 5 years just really really getting into it, and I don't know a whole lot about it geologically, but a lot of these stones seem to be petrified wood, and it really makes me interested to learn more. And so maybe in the future I'll get my geological hat on, and we'll learn more about these rocks. But for today and the time coming up in the foreseen future here, we need to stick with what we know, right? And what we know is that living a one day at a time program helps us stay abstinent from the things, people, places, and drugs and alcohol that we used to do in order to escape from the things that we were running from. What were we running from? Well, perhaps mental illness, perhaps we had some trauma in our life, and perhaps we had some neglect, some abuse, and some of these things set the table for us to want to feel the need to, rather, right, numb or escape from these things. But everything that's been done to us, or done to us, or by us, any kind of trauma that's happened in our lives is really going to set the table for us to learn how to learn from that. It should. Some people don't get that far, but if you're in tune with this message, then you're one of the people that are looking for solutions and answers to this problem. So hey, that's what it is. So if this message helps you, please give me a like, give me a share. I know it's not for everybody, but we do really try to do is spread the hope on this channel, and I hope you guys all have a good Sunday. I'm wondering if I should do a live stream soon and reconnect with some of you guys, and I think I'll do that soon, but it isn't going to be today, but I'm thinking that I'll be doing a live stream soon. And yeah, there was one other thing I wanted to mention. Oh yeah, there was. So listen, you guys, okay, so non-recovery related, just more or less just talking about current events and whatnot. If you haven't seen, go back and watch the movie Pinocchio, the original Pinocchio, the original Disney Pinocchio, and watch the part of the movie where Pinocchio goes to Pleasure Island, and there's all these other boys there, and they get to do whatever they want, and they all get turned into donkeys, and they get trapped on the island. Think about that same scenario, that same concept in today's terms with people like Jay Epstein, right? Look at some of the direct correlations or the things that we're seeing, and start to think in the terms of some of these people that are giving us mainstream news, like Tucker Carlson, Ian Carroll, Joe Rogan. I mean, there's so many mainstream people. Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk. I know these are all right-wing people, but these are the people that need to be exposed for running a fraud, right? These people are connected to our government. The media is the left arm of the government, and all these people that are in the media, Fox, MSNBC, CNN, ABC, NBC, BBC, PBC, all the channels are all under the media umbrella of like 6 conglomerates, okay? These 6 media conglomerates are all hand in hand giving us information. Left side, right side, more in the middle. Well, we need to escape from that and get our information from different sources and from different people, and stop being indoctrinated and propagandized by these people who want nothing more than to sway you one way or the other, when really neither side is right. Neither side is right. And each side is claiming, we're better than the other side, and Trump's this, and Biden's this, and all that. Can you not see what's truly happening? Can you not realize that they're pinning us against each other, and that they want you either on this side or that side? And I know a lot of our paradigms, I know a lot of our whole entire existence, our whole existence is based on these political views, these religious views, these views of things that we think we know. What if we don't know anything? And what if everything that is being told to us is a lie, and everything that is being shown to us in the media is slanted, and corners are being cut, things are edited, everything is a lie? Education, government, judicial, media, business, science, financial, judiciary, law enforcement. I'm sorry, people, but a lot of the things that you're going to realize or come to know in the next couple years, a lot of us, some of us have been chewing on this, mulling this over in our spirit for many years. And it really started with COVID for me in 2020, 2021 is when I really started to realize, because what happened was Trump got out of office in 2020, and the way he got out of office I thought was really not the way to go. And whether you believe or not, whether you believe Biden got all these votes or not, that's here nor there. The way I saw the media and COVID come in and basically sweep the last 4 years of Trump's presidency under the rug, bring in Biden, and then we had even a worse 4 years. I don't care if you're for him or against him. See, that's why I hate talking about politics, because everybody assumes and just will start to judge you and think, oh, he's a Biden guy, he's a Trump guy. I'm neither. I think they're both abhorrent. I think they're both bad people. And I honestly don't care if you've watched an interview with Hunter Biden and he said some really intelligent things and he really struck a chord with you and he's singing your tune. Big deal. He comes from an oligarchical criminal family. I mean, it's almost a syndicate. These political families are aristocratic in nature. They're oligarchical. They're I think that might be a word. They're oligarchical. They're oligarchs. I mean, these people like Biden. Listen, these people are worth millions, sometimes billions of dollars. Do we really want wealthy elites as the people who are in control? Because they have so much power to sway the media and to sway law enforcement, to sway the Supreme Court, and to sway all these things in their favor. They have so much money and power and pull that nothing is getting done for the American people. We're going further and further into debt. And yes, the border is closed and he's building the wall and he's doing all these things. That's all a distraction to what they're really doing. And what they're really doing is setting the table for us to be completely encapsulated in this surveillance state, right? Where we're taxed to death. Our paycheck is not coming home with us. It's getting sent to the government and all this stuff. So Disney, Mediacom, Fox, MSNBC, all of it, all media is bad. Is not meant to be a solution for us. Now, obviously, we're using this media as a platform to get our recovery message up. But how many people do I reach? Right? How many viral videos do I have? All the viral videos that I have are of things that are not recovery related. I've had to slip out of pocket and do something about this or about that, about this to get a bunch of views. And so it's not like people are watching my channel for a recovery purpose. Some are, and I really, really, really do appreciate that. But if you made it 22 minutes in, you're realizing that there's a lot more going on than just us staying sober in recovery in our life, right? We are waiting for the big other shoe to drop because we know that the government is up to something. And I know that all these politicians who are lobbied and who are paid and are corrupted, their day is coming, you guys. We just got to be patient and do fun things while you're being patient. Like I was saying with this channel and with the vlog and, a lot of the stuff that I'm doing out there, I'm just bringing you along. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to do all that. So I'm bringing you along in order for us to share these moments together. So I know I got a little long-winded today about these topics, but I made a video the other day in my pickup truck on the way home, and it was really just too loud, and so I couldn't use that as footage. So I had to delete it, and so I'm using this today, and I'm telling you guys that there is a lot of things out there that may not be what they seem, and this Jeffrey Epstein stuff is very bad news. It's bad news for Trump because Trump was literally best friends with this guy for such a long time. There's so much reporting that is going on outside of mainstream media that I've been picking up and making notes on that doesn't sound right to me, and that a lot of these people are rubbing shoulders with these people, and they're bad people. But that's what happens when you get that high up. Everybody's blackmailed. Everybody's bought off. Everybody's bought and paid for. And there is a line that's slowly getting creeped down towards society that we're able to see across, because usually the people that are making these decisions and doing all these things aren't exposed. But somehow they're exposing Jeffrey Epstein. He's more towards the top of the list, right? They're saying that he's Mossad, and then he's CIA, and then he's all this stuff, and then all of a sudden now that creates a whole umbrella of all these other people that might be the same way. And I think Trump, I'm sorry you guys, is not in he's not a good person. He might be successful at running a business, and he might be saying all the right side talking points, but we got to really be careful, and I think we need a revolution, and I think it's coming, and unfortunately I think that it's going to be a lot harder on people than we think. But stay hopeful, live each day one day at a time, and live it sober, live it towards being something or someone that is giving back and helping. And that's what I see some of us who have been in recovery for a while doing. I feel like we need to be giving back and helping other people out. So have a great Sunday. I love you guys. See you on the next one. Peace.